Understanding money. It's all about the money.
Good morning, South Florida. Hello, world. This is Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, live in the beautiful studios of WMNA, The Man, 1210 AM, live here. I'm riding out solo here. Yes, everybody has been quarantined, but I love what I do. And I got my wipes and my Lysol and sprayed here. Me and Isaac here. As a matter of fact, I got Keith here, Professor Keith on the line. Professor Keith, are you still with us?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm glad you stayed away. My sister-in-law, business partner, vice president of the Henderson Financial Group, Linda V. Harris, she definitely staying away. Linda says she got too much to do to be getting sick and be getting the virus. So I understand and respect that. Respect you too, Keith. But I'm glad y'all stayed away.
I'm living under the illusion.
That's pretty good to live under the illusion.
Yeah, I'm believing that if I be still, be quiet, and don't move around too much, I can escape the virus's detection.
Well, I'm glad you feel like that because I don't have to worry about you being 6 feet apart from me. Definitely don't have to worry about that. Isaac is at least 6 feet apart from me. He's the YouTube cameraman. Matter of fact, we're streaming live on YouTube, and we're also on AM station here in Miami. But if you are not here, you can just go to YouTube Live and put in 1210 AM, The Man, and you'll be looking at us live and clear in color. Hey, I'm going to wave at you just in case y'all see me out there. Miss Redhead, do you see me? Ronnie, do y'all see me out here? I'm pretty sure y'all do. Okay, we got a great show lined up for you today. I tell you, none of us that are on the planet today have experienced what is going on today. What is going on into our whole entire world. Matter of fact, now the U.S. has surpassed everyone in terms of the amount of people who have contacted COVID-19. But listen, like I always say, this too shall pass. I want to say it again. I say, Robert, are you all excited or fearful? No, this too shall pass. I see, those of you all who've been listening to me for a long time know that I'm a believer. I'm a true believer in the higher power. I'm a true believer in the higher power. I'll be 62 years old this year. I've had a great run. I feel like I have a whole lot more to do. Miss Redhead just texted me. Miss Redhead, I'm going to be coming that way as soon as this whole, she's on the west coast of Florida. I'm going to be coming that way as soon as we get through, this whole coronavirus thing. I want to make sure that, I love y'all so much. I want to make sure that nobody get infected and that everybody is safe. But as I was saying, see, I'm a true believer. I really am. So I believe in everything is in divine order. Now, some people say, hey, why did God do this? The God I serve is love. So the God I serve doesn't hurt people. The God I serve, who I believe in, basically helps you get through it. That's the way I feel. Stuff happens. Some people saying that this is a bio thing that happened. It could be. It's all type of rumors that are going on the internet. Man, I tell you, the only thing that I listen to or read or even pass on, if there's anything good or try to help you, if anything, give you any advice to how to combat and how to stay safe with this whole COVID-19. Anything other than that, a lot of the consumer, a lot of the, I would say the conspiracy theories that's going around, I really don't have a lot of time for that, and it doesn't make me feel good. And those who know me know that, I practice working on my thoughts in my mind and what I choose to believe. And I don't spend a whole lot of thoughts and thinking on things that are going to make me feel bad. I really don't, because I just can't see any good in it. It has never served me well to go into the fear mode or to go into the fetal position. I always believe that when you have faith and you got a cool, calm mind and you do believe that, you've been created for a reason and the Creator knew you before you was in your mother's womb. And when you really know that and understand it, not just talking words, then you don't really have to let fear overcome you, because fear will make you do things that you shouldn't do. it'll keep you doing things, keep you from doing the things that you should do. I want to say that again. And fear will make you do the things that you should not do. That's right. If you look at it as some sort of fear, and it will keep you from doing the things that you should. People that are locked up, yeah, they might have done some crime, but there was an underlying fear somewhere. You probably couldn't see it, but it was a fear of loss, fear of lack, and it had them to do things that they shouldn't do, and it keeps them from doing the things that they should do. So, like I said, most people that know me in my circle, people who deal with me, my clients, know that I'm a total believer. Even though I'm in the financial service for over 37 years, I don't love money. In other words, people say, Robert, you're always working, you love that money. No, I don't love money. And I do love what money can do, because money can actually help my community, can help me. I mean, I've had people call me throughout this time and said, Robert, I need some financial assistance. Can you help me? And I've helped people. I really have. I really have. And that's it. And I'm able to do that. Now, I don't want all y'all calling me now since I said that, okay? Because you can't use me now. I do have thought. But what I'm trying to say in terms of my thoughts, I for the most part, I try to stay cool, calm, and collect. Do I sometimes lose and lose my cool sometimes? Yes, I do. And it usually comes from someone I feel like they're picking on me and aggravating me, and I've had enough. I'm a type of person that you can slap me. I'm always going to let you hit first. I'm going to say it again. I'm always going to let you offend me and hit first. And then I'm going to take it. But then when I feel like, I had enough, then I'm going to come out swinging. And then you're going to say, oh, my God, why you had to swing so hard? So usually that's how nice people are. We just lay low. We just take it until we've had enough. All right. So let's go with this what's going on with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I've been telling you guys for a long time. Professor Keith, you here?
Of course, I'm right there.
I've been telling you because I wanted you to just back me up in case someone says no, you haven't. I've been saying for a long time, and not just a year, but the last 2-3 years. I've been saying, get ready, be prepared, so to speak. Some like my Jehovah's Witness clients have been telling me and sending me really nice messages about, the end is near and get ready. But I've been saying that at least for the last 3 years in terms of Dow Jones Industrial Average, the stock market, that you shouldn't be overly weighted, your whole retirement, your whole existence, everything tied into the market. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. I've been telling you that and telling you that and telling you that. But the market has been on an 11-year run. It has been booming.
And it was good.
And it was very, very good and good. But, metaphorically, when something is just so good and so good, you got to start easing out. It's kind of like being at the casino table and you're winning and you get all the chips. And your wife is upstairs in the room and she's saying, honey, come. And you're like, no, one more time. By the time you get up there in the room, you're broke. You gave it all back. And we've seen that movie and we've heard of that. So wisdom comes in from making a lot of mistakes. But since we've seen that movie, we read that book, we've seen that report, we heard that news, then you have to be a forward thinker to know what's coming. I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist. And everybody knows me that I am an optimist. When I say this too shall pass, that's what I mean. In fact, I think we're going to have a Cinderella moment here with all this happening. Matter of fact, Cinderella is our vocabulary for today. And at the 8:20, yeah, Keith, most people just think, Cinderella's story. But you know what? I want to explain to you the whole, what is Cinderella? It's not just a person, but it's a thing and a situation, But we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Right?
Cinderella is not just the kid's story. Cinderella actually has a moral at the end of it.
Right. Okay. So we'll go. I'm gonna let you explain it too, Keith, when we come back from that 8:20 break. But I'm hoping that, and matter of fact, I'm pretty sure we're going to have that because nobody knows the day, the hour, and the time when we're all out of. In fact, when we're all out of here, every day someone's end of days is happening every day. So we don't all have to be at the same time when something's going to happen. Even though I know it's a pandemic right now, but like I said, I think they don't give a lot of reports. And they're just probably starting to, but how many people have recovered from COVID-19, this coronavirus. But a lot of people have, but the news media sensationalized, and I'm not trying to put the news media down because they are informative. Every channel is talking about the coronavirus, and that's good. And they're finally doing some lockdowns and keeping people apart and shutting some things down. This thing is really real. I remember when we first talked about it, I said, oh man, I don't think that it's going to be as bad as it turned out to be. And I was wrong. I mean, this thing is really, really contagious, and it's really, really spread it. And I tell you something, it's no respect of gender, race, or anything, or even wealth. I mean, this thing is really, really serious. But the amazing thing about it, when the CIA or the SNA or FBI and all the other, all of the Central Intelligence, and even some of the corporations that knew about what was happening over in, China and Europe, they knew about a lot of this stuff was going on back in December. But that's okay. And they knew about it in January. That's okay. I remember in March 4th, I was in South Dakota at a conference. They knew about it then. A lot of them knew about it. A lot of them, even people in Congress, were selling stocks and getting out. But, I don't want to go back and blame anything. It's like blame anybody because it was going to happen anyway. But they knew about it. And I think that we all know that we could have got ahead of this thing and put the alarm out. But, hey, that's life, and you learn from it. And that's why I say, those of you all who have all of your money in the stock market, what should you do right now? Your whole life savings. Well, I'm hoping that, you're not depending on every month getting a distribution from the stock market, your investments, whether you have them at, these wirehouses and advisors that have talked you into managing your money and keeping all of your money inside of the market, and they're going to give you an allowance basically every month. Well, right now, keep that's you, because we hear a whole lot of, I don't know, you like Linda washing dishes or doing something back there. Mute your phone.
No.
That's not you?
No.
Oh, okay. I hear some sound. If anybody eavesdropping, I don't know if that's the FBI, the CIA listening to us, but can y'all please mute your phone, whoever you're listening to us, all right? But I forgot what I lost my train of thought. I tell you what all that sounds.
We were talking about the market and having all your money there and depending upon it and not being ready for any kind of slide or change in it. Yes. And that's what's occurring for people right this minute.
Yes, and I've been saying that for the last 3 years. You need to diversify, but diversifying. See, a lot of people that are in the market, advisors, they tell people that they're going to be diversified by putting them in mutual funds and put them in ETFs and then put them in different type of ETFs or different type of mutual funds. Don't kid yourself. It's still all stocks. And right now, everything is getting hit. There's nowhere to run. Mutual funds, commodities, stocks, ETFs, gold, silver, none of that stuff. I mean, and usually what happens, Keith, is when the securities are going up, going down, commodities usually go up. So you can hide there. You can go get some coins, some gold when the stock market dropping. No, not. That's not happening right now. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. It really isn't. And I've been telling people a long time to go into some of the insurance products. And some people say, Robert, why you talk so much about insurance and you're a stockbroker? Because I'm a realist. I'm not just trying to sell you something. I'm telling you. And when I tell you something, that's because this is what I do. And I find out about it. And I've been here before, and I've been in the market and been doing this over 30 years. Yes, this too shall pass. I was in the 1987 market when it crashed also. Yes, I was. In the 1992 and the 2000 .com, I was right there. Yeah, this will pass. But I've tried to warn you. And what should you do now if you're stuck? Okay, so let me tell you. If you have your money in the market right now, especially if you're working for FRS or you some government or agency, or your money is there and you don't need it right now, I would say you need to stay put. At the least, if you're still afraid every time you hear the market going down, just put it in the money market. But you got to be ready. You can't really, it's hard to time it, but when you start seeing the momentum, when the market going up, in other words, last week, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the whole overall market, we gained 3,000 points. I mean, it went up 3 days consecutive. And then I said, and I was telling some clients, probably on Friday it's going to drop. And it did. And yesterday it dropped 900 points. So you can't, you can't really just time the market and be a trader, because it's going to be, especially if you're not a professional, it's going to be really hard doing that. But as you see the momentum coming back, then you can start easing back in, calling FRS, putting a little, not all of it, putting, easing back in. Because a lot more than likely you're going to miss it when it really starts to go. Now, let me tell you something. It's not going to, correct itself and go all the way back up at the same time. It's easier for the market to go down in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, as it is to go up. It's not going to go, it went down 10,000 points. It's not going to go up 10,000 points in a week or 2 weeks. It just don't work like that.
Is that living under the illusion again?
Yes, that's an illusion also. Yeah, it just doesn't. And think about it.
It's not going to happen.
Think about it. That's how life is. I mean, really, it's easier to roll down a hill than it is to go up a hill. Going up a hill, just imagine it. I mean, it takes some, some strength. You got to be in shape. Your breath got to be good. You got to use your buttocks. Rolling down the hill, you ain't got to do nothing. We got Linda on the line, Keith. Hey, Linda. Linda, are you there? Linda, are you there? Can you hear me? I can't get her. Can't hear Linda.
I can hear you.
Okay. Keith, you still there?
Of course I am.
Good. We got a great engineer here, man. I tell you, this guy knows what he's doing. I like this guy. I like this guy's vibe too, man. He's like on it, man. He's like, the kind of guy you feel like you want to be in battle with, Come on, let's do it. Cross enemy lines.
You said that about the last engineer. You said that about the last one.
Linda, you something. This guy, no, I could tell. You could just tell, man. Yeah. You can just tell people like, okay, let's go. Let's do this thing. That's the kind of guy this guy is, man. I tell you. All right, so Linda, so glad you can join us. So glad you stayed away also, you and Keith. So we don't have to worry about this 6 feet apart.
Yeah. We want to practice social distancing and just be responsible and do our part. It's real. So I heard you talking about the market is going to take its time. It's not going to rise as rapidly as it fell. I think our clients now, Robert, they get it. I believe our clients now, they're smart enough, at least the ones I'm talking to say, if you're not retiring and need your money, leave it alone. However, I do have a lot of people that are very, very afraid when they see things like this. You do have 45 trying to make sure he props it back up. I think putting Americans back to work too soon with this virus, that's a whole nother radio show. But if there's anything that 45 can do to make sure it rises rapid fail, he's going to do it. He's hell-bent on making sure this economy gets back to that original, to where it was 30 days ago.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. As
long as it's not putting Americans at risk. That's all I'm saying. It's a good thing if you're not putting, most Americans ride the bus, the train, the subway, and you telling them to get back out there, packed up like that? We'll see.
I don't think that most Americans will do that. If he says, okay, go back. I don't think most Americans would do that. Now, you do have some Trumpers that, they've already declared that they will die for the country. They will go back. They will come out and start congregating, and we all know that. They said they would die for the economy. And trust me, rich people are not saying that. It's amazing how.
I know.
It's amazing how, poor people, his base, Trump's base are saying that. I think that's a phenomenon. But hey, man, you can't make this stuff up. What's going on right now, man? This is an exciting time.
It's a movie. It's like a movie. It really is like a movie.
We got to take a station break, Linda. When we come back, then we're going to go into, the annuities, and we're going to talk about the stimulus package. And actually, I want to touch on the rippling effects that this could have on mortgages and real estate. You're listening to Robert Henderson Jr., certified financial planner, certified tax coach, joining me live via satellite, calling in. Here's sister-in-law, business partner, Vice President Linda V. Harris, and also Professor Keith. He's a professor. He's also an advisor. Keep it locked, stick and stay, don't go away. We'll be right back after this short vacation. Linda Keith, I tell you guys, you'll love this engineer here, man. This guy's a pro. I'm telling you, man. When I say we ain't seen this all year. I'm gonna see if we can get this guy to come back, man. This guy's a pro, man. This guy's reminded me of the days I used to work for CBS Channel 4 in the control room, man. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's good at it. I said that I'm hoping for a Cinderella type of event that's going to take place. Now, Cinderella, like you said, most people associate Cinderella just with the whole fable kids show. But Cinderella, let me make sure I'm spelling that right for you all so you'll get it right. Cinderella, C as in Charlie, I as in Indian, N as in November, D as in David, E as in Easter, R as in Robert, E as in Easter, L as in love, L as in love, A as in apple. Now, really, other than just the movie or the story or the kids' fable about Cinderella, Cinderella basically it means like a person or thing that achieves unexpected or sudden success or recognition, especially after obscurity or negativity or misery. Think about that. I'm going to say that again. A Cinderella moment is a person, don't have to be a person, but it could be a thing, something that's achieved that was unexpected or sudden success or recognition, especially after obscurity, neglect, or misery. That's a Cinderella. So it's not just that story. And right now,
the real deal about that, Robert, is the second part that you said in the definition. Is especially after a long period of maybe obscurity, working in without acknowledgement, all that. Usually, it's not a sudden. The folks actually been working all the time. Who you have Cinderella folks who suddenly get it, but they've been working for a long time. They never, as I heard Mr. McGee say, they never threw in the towel.
Yeah.
So it didn't just happen out of the. They had been working. They had been staying in the game. They had been staying alive. They had been toiling without recognition for a long time.
Yeah, I've once heard Stephen Jobs, the late creator and owner of Apple, say that every overnight sensation, you think it happened overnight, took at least 20 to 25 years. Isn't that something? Mm-hmm. To come to fruition. So a lot of people say, oh my God, this new artist or this new this or new, no. They've been working on that. Just because you couldn't see it doesn't mean it wasn't happening. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean that it wasn't happening. So that's a Cinderella. So I want all of us to be Cinderella. Matter of fact, what's going on in the United States, they are working on it. In fact, Keith, they had the first round. The reason why I say the first round, because they're going to have to ultimately have the second round of stimulus package. The first round made historic history, all time. $2 trillion stimulus. Yes. And the way the markets behave, and I always say the stock market reminds me of an elusive lady, Linda. An elusive lady, elusive, meaning that, you can't figure her out. Just when you think she's going to say yes, he says no. Just because you got on a new suit and got a haircut and a new car, that don't mean she's going to say yeah. You did all that and she says no. She liked you better when you had your old car, You've done all that and elusive. You never know. So in other words, when the market went up 3 days in a row, and on Friday, they were supposed to, and they said they was going to vote to okay the stimulus. So on Thursday, people automatically assumed since Thursday the market was up, they assumed Friday the market was going to really be up. So people really started buying. That's why on Thursday the market went up over 1,000 points. Matter of fact, 1,300 points up. So a lot of people piled in at the close, right before 4 o'clock, only to come in on Friday after they passed the $2 trillion stimulus to help business owners and give people money. Most people thought that it was certainly going to end up Friday. But oh no, she, her, that's right, Linda. The Dow Jones is a female. She, her, said, oh no, no, no. Just because they put out this $2 trillion record amount stimulus, you think I'm going to go up? It went down. Matter of fact, it went down 900 points. I think that if it wouldn't have been 4 o'clock, it would have went down longer, even more, 1,000. It probably would have gave up that 1,300 points. Now, what's going to happen Monday? We don't really know because the market is so fickle. That's why I say you shouldn't have your life savings in the stock market, mutual funds. See, a lot of people don't know the difference between stock market, mutual funds, ETF. It's still companies. You're still putting your money and you still got advisors and they're trading. And it's okay to trade. I have some money in the market, but most of my money is not in the market. No. I've been telling you guys about real estate, although this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, is and will have a rippling effect. And it's still so early, we don't know what effect it's going to have with people not paying their mortgage. And the mortgage holders, I mean, that's affected by bonds. They have to pay investors because that's who buy bonds and buy mortgages. And if they're not getting paid, then the government's got to step in for a bailout and make sure that the bond market, the mortgage market, is efficient enough to keep on lending. And that part right there was not in this first round of the $2 trillion stimulus. Because if people not working, how are they going to pay their rent? How are they going to pay their mortgage? Which will mean ultimately real estate values will go down. But we know this because we've been here before since 2008. So I'm not feared for that. I'm not going to dwell on that. I think that I can't be the smartest person. They already know that, and they got to be working on it. That's why I say it's got to be a second round of stimulus that's coming. Now, I've had questions, and people say, listen, Robert, I'm getting ready to reclose. I'm supposed to close on real estate. I'm getting ready to flip some property. Property costs $300,000 in Boca Raton. Should I close or what? Should I just say forget them? I say, well, see if you can try to put it on at least a 60-day hold. In other words, extend it to 60 days. Another caller says, Robert, I'm getting ready to buy something. I said, still try to put it on 60 days and make sure it's going to be okay. Because we don't know what these banks, what they'll do. They know something, just like they knew about the COVID-19 in December. We didn't start hearing about it until March. So they're working on something.
Exactly right.
Robert,
Something's happening.
I am very much afraid of April 1st. I got, over 20 tenants, and most of them work in those industries that were affected: hotel, airline, cruise. And I am deathly afraid that I'm going to hear a lot of Miss Harris, I don't have the rent. They have 3 days to pay it, so by April 3rd, I will see. So far, I haven't gotten any calls. I don't have any belief. I mean, I guess the bank will say, maybe waive it or something. But at the end of the day, I'm just hoping and praying that I get my rent from these tenants. So you are 100% right. We shall see what happens by April 3rd. But it is affecting us all. And I can't be mad at them if they lost their job. And most of them live paycheck to paycheck. What do you do when you just don't have it? You lost your job because of Rona. What do you do? What do I do?
But
suggestions?
Linda, what's amazing, and what you're saying is absolutely correct. I mean, there's no denying it. It is what it is.
Right.
But what's amazing is you have companies like the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, how many times you go to the Cheesecake Factory and then, you have to wait in line or you don't just walk right in. I mean, I'm talking about throughout the nation.
Right.
Cheesecake Factory. And all of a sudden they just, laid off all their employees.
Wait, Waffle
Yeah,
House
yeah.
closed. That's when
And
you
it's-
know it's serious. When
The who?
Waffle
Yeah,
House
but
closed?
there was one restaurant company in, I think it was in California, I can't remember right this minute, but at one fell swoop, they reduced their workforce by 97%.
And they're saying they can't pay their rent.
They just can't.
Right.
Hold on, but it hasn't been 30 days. How
You
could
know,
how could a company like Neiman Marcus? It hasn't been 30 days. I mean, we tell clients to at least have 3, 4, 6 months of reserve. I mean, you're talking about these businesses. They don't have a 2-week or 3-week reserve. All this
but nobody
money.
coming in. Let's say they stay open.
No, a reserve, Linda. Reserve. A reserve meaning that you don't have to work. In other words, a reserve meaning that
Oh, okay, for the workers.
yeah, the business, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you just one paycheck away. I mean, you're talking about Cheesecake Factory, Neiman Marcus, and so many of them now. All of them starting to pile on because they want to get some of this $2 trillion. Saying we can't pay out. I understand the hotels, but and I understand even the restaurants having to close. But my God, I mean, you're saying that, and it's been 3-4 months, and now you're saying you can't pay your rent. You didn't have nothing in the bank. You really, really, really was. I mean, think about it. Now, I understand the airlines. Now, airlines are giving $60 billion bailout, and small business owners are also. And if you're a small business owner, there's some relief for you. And when this money started coming in, it's not like a whole lot. That's why I said they're gonna have to probably do another second round. Because if you're an individual, you get 75, and if you make under $75,000 a year, you get something. And then if you make it husband and wife, so they double that up, $150,000. If your income is less than that, you're gonna get a check. But it's not, thousands and thousands of dollars. And like I said, we're still in the early stage. That's why I know that it's gonna have to be a second round of stimulus. And the government, I mean, you can forget about that deficit thing now. That's just gone.
Yeah, but that's blown out of the water.
Yeah, that's blown out of totally blown out of the way. Isn't it amazing how common things go around? That's why I remember, man. I used to every time I seen a bald head dude, I would say, "Look at this bald head dude," And look who's hanging on one string. You know what I mean? I don't wash my hair until every 3 weeks because every time I wash another, I look down there in the shower and there's some hair down there. I remember. I just started wearing glasses until I was 22. Now I remember being 18 years old. Seeing a girl and I was like, hey, and this other guy with glasses on trying to talk to him. I'm like, man, you see, you don't have a chance, 4-eyed dude. You don't have a chance. Guy wear glasses, square, And I'm 18 years old. I got 20/20 vision, 19 years old. I see a guy with glasses. I know he's no competition. The guy's a nerd, man. Come on, glasses on. And at the age of 22, guess who started wearing glasses? Yeah. So now I see people that's fat. Oh, I ain't saying nothing, right? Nah. I'm cool with fat people. I'm cool with fat people. Hey, I'm a believer, man. Be careful what you say. Things come back on you. It comes back on you. I'm telling you. That's why the golden rule, man. The golden rule, man, is real. Treat people the way you want to be treated. If you treat them bad, I'm telling you, somebody gonna treat you bad. Something gonna happen to you bad, and you're gonna want to know where it's coming from. I'm telling you, that is a universal law. And I'm saying that to say this. Republicans have always been lower government, small government, lower deficit. Now,
no bailout.
All of that. No bailout. None of that. Now, under the Republicans' watch, man, we talking about historical government, big government. That's my point that I'm making. Now, you can come up with the reasons why. I can't come up with the reason why. You got excuses. When I was 18 years old and I called the boy 4-eyed, what can I say now? I wear glasses. I don't want to get contact. I don't know. That's too much responsibility. And plus, I eat potato chips, so I don't want to bend them on my fingers. So I just got like I got about 15 different pair of glasses. So I go with the eyeglasses, But anyway, so yeah, we way over. And let me get back to people who are in it. And that's why we've been telling you all, don't have all your money into the stock market, all of your nest egg, because now you need to take money out when the market is down. If you're living off and getting allowance and getting a distribution every month from Merrill Lynch or Morgan Stanley or any of these professional investment advisors that manage money, just want to get fees off you, and they just want you to put all your money. They tell you, don't put money in an annuity. I've been telling you all, not all annuities. I don't like variable annuities because variable annuities is still in the market. I like stuff that's not in the market also. So a fixed guaranteed index annuity, I like that. I even like a fixed annuity. I like that because your principal is protected and they give you a stream of income just like Social Security for the rest of your life. Now, right now, people that have annuities, they're not sweating. They're not even worried. Won't even get calls about people that have annuities. And I put a lot of people money in annuities because they don't charge you fees. Especially most of the annuities they don't have them riders where you got to have and pay 1% or 0.5% extra. No, they come with guaranteeing your principal. Now, this guy Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey, who y'all love, and Fisher to put out those full-page ads. Now, what's happening? See, it comes around. Put all your money in the managed money market. No. Where they running now? Where they hiding now? London, where they hiring line? What are they saying now, Keith? Gold ain't doing nothing. Let me tell you why gold not going up. Because in South Africa and all over the world, they still have to quarantine. Nobody is in the mining. Okay, now you would think that since the scarcity, the value of it will go up. No, because the planes can't even get gold from one place to the other place because it's so heavy, so they can't even fly it. That's at a standstill. The same thing with silver. So what do? That's why I've been telling you guys about not only just annuities, I've been putting a lot of people money into overfunding cash value life insurance, those IULs. And some of y'all, when after I tell you that, you go talk to a stockbroker, or advisor, you go talk to your barber and say, life insurance? No, I told y'all the life insurance is not your mother's or grandmother's life insurance. We use that for the protection against premature death, but it also has another component in it that you can save money, and we call it a super Roth. There's a lot of strategy you can do. Life insurance is not just for dying anymore, death and dying. That's that old life insurance. That's like having a cell phone and it's a flip phone. Now we got smartphones. That's the new jack. That's the new type of insurance. And all of y'all, if you don't have that, you need to give me a call. And all companies don't offer it. But a lot of companies now trying to go into getting index universal life because you can't lose. You lose any money, and it gives you all kind of protection. You get some sort of feedback.
That was the first thing that occurred in my education around that was we call it life insurance because it actually is for you to help have a better life, not just a benefit.
Yes. And we're supposed to have the face-to-face federal employee benefit workshop, but we canceled the face-to-face, and we're going to do it on the internet in a webinar. And those of y'all who signed up, you should have got a link by now so you can click on and you can watch. The first part we're doing on SIRS and FERS. And then we're going to come back next month and we're going to do a webinar strictly on the TSP, Thrift Savings Plan. We're going to tell you about that. And we're going to tell you also, talk about that FEGLI, that life insurance, which I think is the worst type of life insurance. I like the basic life that they give you all, but that other one you get 3 times and 5 times, and that thing just keeps going up. It's term insurance, and it's never ending story. It's not a Cinderella. So we're going to tell you about that also, and then we're also going to discuss your health insurance. So that's on the next one. But if you haven't got the link, if you haven't registered, then call my office on Monday, because we have it recorded and you can listen to it over and over. So call my office at 305-825-1444 and say, please send me that link for federal employee benefits, understanding of my benefits and how it works. And it's really didn't. And Bill Marecki and myself, we taped it, and we're going to keep this going throughout the year. And you can go to our website also at www.thehendersonfinancialgroup, www.thehendersonfinancialgroup.com. So Linda, you say you're a little afraid about the real
Oh,
estate
yeah.
and the mortgage, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I got reserves, which is, we tell people to make sure you have reserves, but that doesn't mean I want to use my reserves. I'm hoping that the tenants, come through, but it's a reality. It's real. There's a moratorium on eviction, so I can't even evict them right now. I can file, but nothing's going to happen. So it's a good lesson in making sure you have reserves. And from what I understand, the banks are, waiving and putting a couple months mortgage on the back end. I'm hoping I don't have to use that. But I tell you, very often people use the system as well. So if they don't have the rent, even if they do have it, they may say they don't because they know I cannot evict them. So we shall see what happens. We shall see. I'm trying to be...
Not to cut you. Go ahead. Finish what you're just going to say.
No, I was going to say I'm going to try to be sympathetic and empathetic because, again, a lot of them work in those industries where one day you walk in and they say go home. So I'm going to try not to be too hard. I have a soft heart.
Yes. And like I said, it's amazing how a lot of the big companies are saying that they can't pay their rent and they make so much money and it hasn't been 30 days. It's amazing. So what about, when we take this station break in the next 30 seconds here, but I want to come back and talk about, the jobs and disparity, the people that have to work and the people that can work from home.
Okay.
I want to talk about that, because there's a lot of people that don't have jobs, work from home. They're just out. And then there's a lot of people that it's like nothing happened because they've been working at home and they can't do everything from at home and they still getting paid. Let's talk about that because a lot of people affected, and a lot of they calling that inequality, and they saying that it has a lot to do with minorities and people who, are at top shelf jobs. We'll be right back after the station break. Keep it locked, stick, and stay. Don't go away. You're listening to Robert Henderson Jr., Certified Financial Planner, Linda V. Harris, Vice President of Henderson Financial Group, Professor Keith, Financial Advisor at the Henderson Financial Group. We'll be right back after the station break. We're back. Got to keep it moving. Got to keep it moving. Don Daly and them in the studio. They got a lot of great music to play for you. Now, if you want to chime in on the conversation that we was having this morning, we talked about the stimulus. We talked about, the stocks and not having all your eggs in one basket. There's still time for you to do an annuity. You can call our office if you want to understand what is a fixed guarantee index annuity. You have access to your money, and also IUL life insurance. You want to talk about that. We also have a program to help you get out of debt, and we call it Your Family Bank. We really like that. A great deal. We talked earlier about there's nowhere to hide. Gold and commodities are being hit also. We talked about you can't really time this market. The only thing you can do is kind of wait this thing out. This too shall pass. I do think that we're experiencing an opportunity of a lifetime, that when we do get over this, that if you do put some money, in right places, that you stand to make a nice profit. So we're getting a lot of calls from new accounts, people that's calling from all over the country calling me, and they want to set up accounts because they do know that, we're looking at some shares, some companies, the stock is back to 1995. I mean, if you look at, especially the airlines, oh my goodness, and the hotels, we need airlines, we need hotels, and we need, cruise ships, believe it or not. I mean, that's part of the livelihood. But hardly no company has not been touched. I mean, every last one of them, from Macy's to Visa to MasterCard to all of them, I mean, they really have. I mean, even Wingstop has got hurt, Linda.
Now it's serious.
Yeah,
not Wingstop.
Yeah, even Wingstop, International House of Pancake. They can only do so much. But what do you think about? In our office, we can deal Zoom. We're doing a lot of Zoom. Face-to-face video conferencing. We're doing that. We also been internet and on the phone still. So we able to do ACH and transact and get money to you and open accounts and without leaving our office or leaving our home. So we able to do that. But there's a lot of people who, into the touchy feely, like, people that like masseuse, massage parlors, barbers. I mean, a lot of those, they can't do things over the internet. You know what I mean?
Right. It's. I feel like, we've been through a lot at Henderson Financial. We've been through 9/11. We've been through a lot of other illnesses. We've been through terrorist acts. We've been through market ups and market downs and big swings and low lows and high highs. This seems different. This seems, just when you think it can't get any worse, just when you think we're past, this is different. And I've been asking myself, Robert and Keith, what's the lesson we're supposed to learn from this? Because I always look for a message in the mess. What is the lesson? Is it don't idolize athletes? We cut that season. Entertainers, no concerts. Buying things, for what? You can't go anywhere. What is the lesson? Is it that people are more important? Is it this, even the rich are getting sick, from Prince Charles to heads of Boris Johnson, whatever his name. What is the lesson? And I don't have the answer. But we are supposed to learn from this. But what is it?
But I think there is a sense of simplicity, Linda. That comes to mind. Simplicity. I mean, now when I'm traffic, there is no traffic now. I mean, when I leave my office, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, there's no traffic coming to work. I mean, there is no traffic. I mean, just the simplicity. A lot of things that you thought that you had to have, you couldn't live without. I mean, we're changing. It's like a timeout. Now, I'm not saying that we're gonna go back. We will go back, but I think life as we known it up until now, it has changed. We have had to do some things or alter some things that we thought we couldn't live without.
We thought we knew.
Yeah. So when you say what is that, I think the discovery and enlightenment, we was forced to sit down and slow down. I mean, we're I guess we're watching Netflix and Hulu and we're watching that and maybe reading or even spending more time home, with your loved ones even, I mean, so right now there is a sense of time out. Unfortunately, some people are getting sick and dying, but there's a lot of people recovering. But I think that, I just believe in the creator of the heaven and the universe is just still in control. I really do. And I think that, and I feel that we too shall pass. And if you don't make it, it was your time to go. That's what I believe. I don't think you can leave this planet, by accident. So I have to look at it like that. But I do say that it has forced us to, some of us thinking about things that we never thought about, and you're thinking about life. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, that's what I'm getting out of it. What are you getting out of this, Keith?
Well, the one thing we got to go back to the song that all of us on the phone at least are old enough to remember that everything must change.
Yes.
So if you actually start to believe that you know something or you're with something or you understand it, just be clear that you do understand it for the moment, because it will change.
Well, I do know this. I haven't heard little Lily and little Bobo, the news reporting on him robbing or stealing in the black neighborhood. The news all over the country always like to open up, a black guy just robbed somebody. We ain't heard that, right? Now we just hearing.
No, you have not.
So that's a timeout on that. A brother ain't do nothing this time. It's been a whole week and they ain't open up the news with, open up the news, this black guy just did this. That's a relief.
They're kind of chilling on running up on people. Maybe that's a message too.
Yeah. We all in this together. Now they opening it up on, stories about, what's taking place with the stimulus, what the White House is doing, and they ain't even campaigning. Bernie and Biden not even going at it. You know what I mean? So when you say what effect have this had? I mean, it really let us know. Like, come on, man. Like I say, simplicity and a lot of things that we worry and spend a lot of time on. Where are they now?
And I think also, to your point, Robert, what's important? Who's important to you? A lot of people are in, tolerantship, not relationship, just tolerating. And when you have to spend, 20 out of 24 hours with that person, you come to realize real quick, am I tolerating you? Because, 8 hours I'm at work and then another 2 commuting, and now I'm really here with you. Are you tolerating? Are you in a tolerance or a real relationship? You better figure that out quick, because that's forcing us to do that too. Do I really like you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so speaking on that too, married men, y'all good? Y'all, because I know y'all be gone all the time, and especially you, Rob. Now you probably not even staying your butt home.
No, I'm not with your sister 8 hours a day. No. That's how I made 33 years. No, and I couldn't do that. Your sister talk more. Ooh, Lord. That menopause got her talking up a storm. I'll be doing all kind of honeydews and do this. Robert, hang up a picture. Robert, do this. Do Robert. I'm like, honey, I'm going to my office. People need me. So I'm staying married a long time. When I see her, I'm glad to see her. People need me. I got to go to my office,
How you doing, Keith? You doing all right?
I am. Well, I'm one of the fortunate ones. We have a 2-household relationship at this minute. So, weekends and occasionally during the week is when we actually get a chance to be together. So we don't have that stress.
That's why he's been married. That's why he's gonna be married forever. We gotta go, man. We got to go. Don Daly and Rosie here in the studio, man. I tell you, I gotta give shouts out to this engineer, man. This guy is really, really professional. Hey, man, I just want to say thank you, brother. You really good. All right, and my man here, Isaac here. He's hanging in there. Isaac, you're a trooper. You came out. Well, I'm glad we 6 feet apart. And Linda and Keith, I'm glad y'all stayed away. And I love you all, and stay safe. And Linda, I'm glad you found out something about being in closed doors. Hey, we gotta go. Same time, same station. We love y'all. Hey, again, call my office on Monday at 305-825-1444 so you can listen to that recording on federal employee benefits. Love you. Peace, happiness. Take care.
And be safe. Be safe.